Well, I've got 2 episodes reviewed of the classic MLP series down so far, and there's still 26 left. So, which one should I do next? AC, can you get me a list of the episodes here?
Including the movie and Crunch the Hot Dog?
Besides those 2. I said a list, not a jumbled pile of... Oh, never mind. Okay, remove all the episodes I haven't actually watched yet. That's still a lot right now. Right, remove Somnambula, Bright Lights, and all the single episodes. Ah, there we go. Much smaller and easier to work with. Yeah, I still don't know which to choose.
Give me that! I'll choose for you.
Ah, finally you're earning your producer wings.
And after putting them in a Google randomizer, which is so hard to do.
Hi!
Here's your dumb list in order. Happy?
As a matter of fact, I am satisfied. Roll titles! Greetings to all, I am Zion Craze and welcome to the Old School Pony Review. I'm your reviewer and today's episode is the Golden Horseshoes. Yeah, my Somnambula review is going to be on hold for now. I don't feel right getting to that episode straight away. But until then, I've managed to narrow down some episodes that I do feel comfortable talking about. And how fitting the episode I'm going to talk about is the name of the first MLP DVD that I got, which is the name of the episode I'm going to talk about. Yeah, I'm delaying here. Let's start. The episode starts off with Spike and Sweet Stuff looking for a unicorn named Mimic, but when they find her, she's not feeling too good. I bet I'd feel bad if I was transparent as well. But after Megan checks on Mimic herself, she figures that it's not a natural problem, but a magical problem. So, after seeing the Moochick, where have I heard that before? He tells him that Mimic's condition is due to her descendant, who is a special unicorn. So special, she doesn't even have a cutie mark. Or a name. How's Mimic's descendant special again, you ask? Because of her 4 magical horseshoes, who the numpty loses due to a single mini hurricane and she doesn't even bother to go look for them. No wonder you don't have a name, Unicorn Firefly, because if you did, Applejack would call you irresponsible by your name. And I don't mean the G4 one either. But because of her negligence of recovering her golden horseshoes, it's up to Megan, Spike, Paradise, Lofty, Northstar and Wind Whistler to save Mimic's life. If you can't tell at this point, I didn't like this episode. But however, there was a chance I could have liked this episode, if it wasn't for the poor pacing of the story. Let me explain. The journey towards getting the horseshoes moves way too quickly. They go to Orlando's Kriha to retrieve the horseshoes from some creatures called the Scree, then travel to the Barklands to take a passage to a tunnel and get captured by goblins and finally go to the Green Mountain Elves. The only time I felt the characters were in actual danger was with the goblins, and that was because they got captured. But this doesn't last too long because all it takes to get away from them is not having your mind read. Yeah, I'll get to that in a moment. It didn't feel like there was enough time being spent getting the horseshoes back. This easily could have expanded on instead of being just a 2-parter. And no, these episodes don't last 22 minutes each. They are 10 minutes each. And before someone says... AC, do your job!
Oh, fine. But Zion, what about the 65 episode limit?
What limit? You mean the 61 episodes they had made and the 2 specials they spliced in? There's no excuse here.
And no one really cares. Not even me. Move on to the characters. I hope I never get anything as stupid as this again.
I probably should talk about the Spree, Barks, Goblins and Green Mountain Elves, but there really isn't anything to really talk about. They just had the golden horseshoes and the main characters needed them. Overall, they're just... forgettable. Another problem, just like with the movie, we're introduced to a new character called Mimic who barely does anything. Granted, she's not feeling too well, but I would have forgiven her if she did anything after this when she got better. But she doesn't, and she never appears in the series again. No, I'm not kidding. This entire fetch quest is for a character that never appears again. What was the fucking point of this episode? Of course it was. Fun fact about Mimic's toy. Due to her production run was rather limited, she has become a highly collectible pony for toy collectors. And believe me, I've seen how much she is on eBay, and is no pun intended, a proper rarity.
Very funny.
But speaking about gimmick, what about the golden horseshoes themselves that she needs? Their powers are as following: the ability to see the future, which is pretty cool. Read minds as long as you don't have another horseshoe, which would be a... I've already made that joke. Create a cloud to travel, like a flying nimbus, which is awesome. And the last one is being bright. No, seriously, the last one is nothing more than a torch. And in all seriousness, I do love the abilities that 3 of these golden horseshoes have. The bright one, however, it's pants. Okay, enough negativity. I do have some more positives to say about this episode. Megan checking on Mimi and not knowing what was wrong with her kind of makes sense. Not because she's a 13-year-old girl, but she lives at a stable. Her knowing what's wrong with Gimmick kind of makes sense why she didn't know. I'd regret not giving the Moochick and Gromit... That Robin has a name?! When the hell did this happen?
It's been mentioned in the series before this episode on the magic coins.
Like Abbott and I.
I'm surprised you didn't mention his name before that.
Oops, that was my fault. Anyway, the Moochick and Habit actually leave their home to take care of Mimic, then go back to try and make some replacement horseshoes to help her, but it doesn't work because the magic involved was too strong for him to control. Regardless, however, it was a nice moment from him. I also have to note that this is a second series episode, and this episode has some last appearances for a few characters. However, since I'm not doing these episodes in chronological order, this will not be their last appearance in these reviews, so you don't need to worry. The animation is... how can I put this gracefully? Mixed. Yeah, I think that's a nice way to say it. There are some scenes with some better details at times, but then there are a few moments where the animation is lacking in places. In fact, this episode sometimes doesn't even have background in some scenes, and...
Neither do we! It's not like any illness we've ever had.
What the hell happened to your face, love? Yeah, put it bluntly, it could have been better at times. And I don't normally bring in voice acting in for this, however, I have to ask. Why does one of the goblins sound like the head bird?
Back!
I know what I said.
Very good! Cracker, now what have we here?
And I never want to hear Charlie Adler sing again. Ever. The writers of this episode was former married couple Carla Joseph Conway and Jerry Conway, who have written 2 other episodes and have written episodes together for other Hasbro shows, Centaurians and Dino Riders. I haven't found much information on Carla herself, but what little I have found, she has written some comics including Miss Marvel, Superman and Firestorm. But as for her ex-husband, not only was Jerry Conway a writer for Marvel and DC, he was also the Marvel editor-in-chief, succeeding Marv Wolfman. He was also the creator of the characters Punisher, Firestorm and Killer Croc. But he was also the guy who wrote the infamous storyline that killed Gwen Stacy. Make of that what you will. But comic books aside, Jerry is also a writer for Fire and Ice and Conan the Destroyer, and he's also written some Law & Order episodes as well as being a producer for that series. And he also wrote a couple of episodes for Spider-Man and Batman the Animated Series. And he's not the only one, but that is for another day. Anyway, is this a good episode? No, I don't think this is a good episode. I don't recommend fans of the current series to watch this episode either. The plot moves way too quickly, the new character doesn't do anything, and I really wasn't interested in this episode. Oh well, I hope the next episode's good. What's next on the list? The Revolt of Paradise Estate? Yeah... I'm Zion Craze, and this was acceptable in the 80s, but it's not acceptable now. Rarity gave me a magical golden horseshoe. I guess she does have a sense of humour. I wonder which one.